Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the one women's atomweight world champion. It's been a while since we did a fight week. We're leading up to it now. Angela Lee, great to see you. How good is it to be back? How much have you missed it?
Hi, Andrew. Yeah, I mean, I'm super excited. Next week is fight week already, and the fight is, it's approaching soon. So I feel like I've been getting ready for this fight for a while, and I'm just excited to get in there and get it done.
Is it okay if we go sideways with the phone so we can see you in the full screen? Lovely. Thank you. I was wondering, when you're a teenager starting to turn pro, is this what you envision? Not only are you world champion, but if you look at the icons and legends of the game on this card, you're the main event. So it's massive for your legacy, massive for women's MMA. Did you see something like this?
No, I definitely not. I mean, when I first started, my main focus was to become world champion, and that was the only thing that mattered to me. So it's been a few years since then, and now headlining one of the greatest cards in world championship history is it's really unbelievable, and I feel super honored. I've worked really hard in the past few years, and I'm just proud that I was able to bring women's MMA to where it is today, especially here in Asia.
The fight's got the makings of an absolute classic. We're going to go to our first media question, which comes from Andrew Mack of MMA Island. Go ahead, Andrew.
Hi, Angela. So, being a new gym owner with your husband, what challenges has being a gym owner given you while preparing for your own fight?
It's definitely a lot to juggle. I love it though. Bruno and I, we love giving back to the community. We love teaching. We love, sharing what we love to do, martial arts, with our community. So even though it's stressful at times, it definitely, the pros outweigh the cons, and it's our little way of giving back.
And now that you're a mother and a gym owner, do you feel like you're fighting for more than just yourself?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Now I have my family to think about, my daughter, and it gives a whole new motivation for fighting.
All right, thank you. Good luck.
Next up, we're going to go to Timothy Wheaton of Calf Kick Sports. Go ahead, Timothy.
Thanks for taking my question. Appreciate your time today. In terms of career significance, where does this fight with Stamp rank to you?
This is definitely the biggest fight of my career. By far. I mean, she has her credentials. She's a world champion as well in the striking arts. But mixed martial arts is a whole new game. But yeah, she's a dangerous opponent. She's fought her way to the #1 contender position, and now it's time to meet each other in the cage. So
absolutely. And leading up to this fight, she has been very respectful towards you. Do you like the respect, or would you prefer a little bit of trash talk?
No, I appreciate it. I do appreciate, I think that I honestly don't think there's no need for that. This is a professional sport, and we're keeping it professional. It's different, people usually have a lot of animosity, or, they like to hype up the fight, and it's always in a negative way. But, we're hyping up the fight in our own way, with respect, and we're letting our skills speak for itself.
That's great to hear. And thank you so much for your time. Best of luck in the upcoming match.
Our next question comes in via text from Luisa Morales from Philippine Star, who asks, can you give us a prediction for Osiohi Ham versus Denise Sambuanga?
Honestly, I'm glad they're running that fight back again. It should be interesting. I don't know, it's hard to say what the outcome of a fight will be because there's so many things that you can't prepare for. So, we'll have to see who shows up on that day.
As the champ and as a competitor, just as a follow-up to that one, which do you prefer? Because the fight with Ham, everyone would love. She's a legend. You're the champ. And the fight with Denise has a backstory to it. She was the #1 contender for a while. So which do you prefer as a challenge?
Honestly, I can't wait to fight Denise. I hope she wins so I can fight her, but I'd love to fight Sohee Ham as well. So either way works out for me.
All right. Well, lots to look forward to in that regard then. Next up, we're going to go to Tom Taylor of SCMP MMA. Go ahead, Tom.
What's up, Angela? Long time no talk. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Tom. Hanging in there.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. You've spoken quite a bit about how, the motivation has changed since you became a mom, but just in terms of the tangibles, the practicality, how is getting ready for a fight changed since you became a mom?
It's completely different. I mean, we have to, in the beginning of camp, we had to make sure we scheduled everything like accordingly. And I'm having 3 training sessions a day while being a mom still. And that's crazy, but at least I have help. So my husband takes 2 of the slots while I'm training to watch Ava. My mom also helps. My brother and sister-in-law, they also help. So I got a lot of people who love and care about Ava and I, and they're willing to step in whenever I need them. And that's just, I feel so lucky to have that.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear you have a good group of people around you supporting. I saw your Facebook post the other day about the long flight you and Ava are about to board to Singapore. Are you excited for that? That's going to be an interesting adventure, I would imagine.
I'm kind of nervous, but you know what? I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping she's able to, sleep well so we can sleep a little bit. And yeah, it's the longest flight that we've ever been on. So fingers crossed.
I wish you the best of luck. I'm sure those new headphones you got her will help. There have been a lot of questions ahead of this fight about, how quickly you'd be able to get back into the cage after becoming a mom. And, frankly, quite a bit of skepticism. But you've done it in a very short amount of time. Does it feel kind of good to silence the doubters like this?
You know what? I wasn't really too focused on the doubters or haters or what anyone was thinking about. I was just thinking about getting healthy, getting back in there. And so for me, I'm really impressed with a woman's body is just incredible, and it's able to go through so much, and it's like way more than I expect, because I didn't know what to expect, when I was pregnant and about to give birth. Like, I've never been a mom before and I never gone through this. So it was definitely something I was nervous about, how it's gonna bounce back. And in the first 6 months, like, I was very unsure of myself. Like, things weren't feeling the way it's supposed to. Like, I was like, I don't know, I just felt like not in my own body. And so just giving myself like patience during that time was very difficult to do, but I think extremely necessary so that I was able to, make a proper recovery. And now here we are in fight shape, just days away from fighting. So it's been a crazy journey.
Last one for me, and just a quick one. How good is it going to feel to get that first W as a mom?
Oh, I'm really looking forward to it. There's gonna be tears for sure. There always is.
Awesome, Angela. Well, I hope you guys both enjoy the flight and good luck with everything. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. Next up, it's Dylan Bowker of Sportskeeda.
being a big fan. I'm just curious because, you know, you've had such a journey with the promotion, close to 7 years competing with them as of now, and just, you know, headlining the 10th anniversary card. I'm just curious how you're feeling being here.
Yeah, you know, it is a massive event. But, you know, part of myself is telling myself that I shouldn't be focusing so much on that, you know, because there's so much pressure on my shoulders coming into this fight as it is. You know, for me being away from the cage for about more than 2 years. And you know, and what a way to have my comeback fight, you know, on an event like this. So even though I am, you know, super honored and I feel so lucky to be not just on this card, but headlining it, at the same time, I'm not letting myself dwell on that thought for too long because, you know, I got a big task at hand, which is, you know, my fight with Stamp.
Yeah, I can completely understand that there. Also was curious though about the multi-part docu-series that you had leading into this one there, The Anatomy of a Fighter. I'm just curious, like, how much that serves as both like a memory of like comeback of yours, but also something to, you know, look back on with your daughter there.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I knew that I knew that this was going to be a special time for me, you know, a time that I would never get back again. And it was something that I wanted to capture and document. And so, you know, I spoke with one and they're able to find Will, and together we collaborated and we created this 4-part docuseries just on, you know, the journey of this all, coming back to the cage. And it's been awesome. It's been so much fun to make, and I hope that, you know, everyone has enjoyed watching it and just seeing from a different lens, from a different view. The feedback has been great so far. Everyone who's watched it has told me that they loved it, so that's good.
Yeah, and it seems like, you know, lastly for me here, it just seems like Ava is having a day relatively soon. We have fun planned for that. Going to be more planning after the fight kind of thing.
I'm sorry, you cut out there a little bit. What was that?
Oh, sorry. I was just saying it seems like Ava's birthday is coming up pretty soon. Are there some fun plans in place or more for after the fight?
Oh yeah, me and my husband, we are very excited about that. We've already started some planning because when we get back, it's gonna be really close. Just a couple weeks until her birthday. So yeah, definitely lots of good things coming up. You know, it's a big milestone for our family. For Ava, 1 year just flew by. But yeah, before we celebrate, we got to focus on getting the job done.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for the insights, Angela.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dylan. 2 questions coming in via text from Nedipong of MGR Online, who asks, how would you compare Stamp striking to Xiongjing Nan's?
I think they're both dangerous strikers. I'd say Zhang is more heavily based on the boxing, but I see Stamp is, you know, stronger with her kicks and her clinch. Yeah.
And the second question is, did you see on the last one show, Chatri Sichitong said, in terms of predictions, he's slightly edging towards Stamp. Do you have a reaction?
No reaction. Everyone has their opinions. You know, for me, it doesn't bother me too much. And I keep telling y'all, like, everyone who's saying, like, you know, everyone has their opinions, you know, and my opinion is my own, and that's the only thing that should matter at the end of the day, is like the belief that I have in myself, that I know what I'm capable of, and I'm gonna go in there and I know I'm gonna get the job done. So can't wait to prove people wrong, you know.
For our next question, we're going to go to Deepak Kumar of Essentially Sports. Deepak, go ahead with your question. Deepak, are you there? I'm not sure if we have him. Deepak, are you there? Okay, we'll move on to a different question. We were interviewing Danielle Kelly earlier. She's, of course, making her debut against Mei Yamaguchi, which should be really interesting. And she's talked about wanting to transition to MMA, but in terms of grappling matches, she said she would love to face you or Michelle Nicolini as well. Are you interested in doing more grappling matches, or are you wholly focused on MMA?
It's definitely something that I'd be interested in. Why not?
You've already touched upon kind of what a busy schedule you have at the moment, but having missed out on so much time inside the circle, are you wanting to be quite active now? And are you wanting to have a few more defenses in the next year or so?
Yes, that's definitely the goal.
All right. And finally, do you have a message for the fans ahead of this historic fight?
Man, I just want to see. I just want to say that you guys are going to be in for a treat. I'm going to be bringing my daughter with me, and along with the rest of my team, my family, and we can't wait to touch down in Singapore. It's been a while since I've been there, and I can't wait to see y'all. So buy those tickets and show up, because it's going to be definitely a historical night.
Oh, yeah. And before I forget, did you see that Martin Nguyen was saying to Christian, why don't we do a trilogy in a grappling fight? Now, that was kind of short notice, but what did Christian have to say about that? Was that ever going to happen?
Honestly, it's the first time I'm hearing about it, and I don't think Christian's on his phone very much, so I don't think that he's even heard about it. So I'll have to ask him later.
All right. Well, I'm sure we'll get a chance in the future, but it will be great to have you all back in Singapore and great to have you back inside the circle. Respect, champ. Good to see you. All the best.
All right. Thank you.
And to our media, thank you so much for your questions. It's been great having you. Do stay up to date with all the updates on the One Championship website. And in the meantime, we will see you at 1X on March 26th.